We're live.
We're live? We're live?
Yes, we're live.
Test, test, test. My volume okay? Did we check my volume yet?
Yep, your volume is good.
Test, 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 test.
Volume good.
Yep.
Esteban, oh, there you go.
I got my ball.
Got some lights on. Where you at, Stanley? You coming on?
Yeah, I'm going to jump on.
Yeah, turn your lights on, guys. There we go. Hey, guys, welcome to the channel, Liquidation Motivation. I'm Tom, Esteban, and Stanley here. Not only are we liquidators, we're wholesalers, we're pallet flippers, we're truckload buyers, but we're also a marketing company now. So if you guys have any questions in this business, in this line of work, feel free to put the questions down below. Good morning, Harry. How you doing today? Look at that. Bunch of people jumping on real fast there. Yeah, we've been super focused on marketing our companies, marketing Resale America, marketing our bin stores, putting content out there all the time, marketing this YouTube channel. We're trying for every company, every business that we're affiliated with to put at least 10 pieces of marketing out daily. Esteban's tracking all that. How are we doing right now, Esteban?
Every day she's posting it, and it's pretty much on autopilot.
On autopilot. Good. And that's our goal. Get everybody on autopilot, get everybody rocking and rolling, everybody working together, everybody flipping and making money. But most of all, what do we do with our excess money, Stanley? Come on, you've been filming my videos for a year now.
You threw it at the strip club, right?
Not strip club. That's your extra money. That's not your extra money. Your excess money, you put it into appreciating assets. There we go, appreciating assets. And my favorite is cryptocurrencies. Right now, we're pulling back. I'm falling back a little. Am I falling back in the video? I'm falling back a little bit, but after we hit a record high earlier this week, it's dropped down a little bit. But you know what? I'm in it for the long run. I believe it's going to make me, a multi-millionaire. So I'm never going to sell. I'm so excited about it. We already got some comments here. Hey, Tom, how do you deal with the leftovers in the bins after you fill up the bag day? One of my stores fills up boxes, good-sized boxes with merchandise, and sells them at $10 or $15 a piece as mystery boxes, and people seem to like that. So that's one idea for it. Some places put it all right back in a bin and just sell the whole pallet really cheap, like $100 or something cheap like that. Is somebody coming in?
No.
Oh, I see you looking over there. I thought somebody was coming in.
I was looking at my screen.
I need a mirror over there so I can see if somebody's coming in the doorway. But other people just throw everything away that's in the bin. So you make your choice. I think that I like the mystery box idea best. I mean, the customers that are coming into your store anyways are, they're bargain shoppers. They don't mind gambling a little bit whenever they're looking for merchandise. So they certainly will buy the mystery boxes up. So thanks for the question there, Alexander. Next question, we got some rolling in right now. Miles, what's Miles got here? Good afternoon. Glad to be back on the stream. Do you think that it's essential in pallet buying to have a flea market booth or some type of brick and mortar instead of just eBay and Facebook Marketplace? I do. I think if you're going to be in the pallet business, there's going to be a lot of marginal stuff that's a little bit harder to sell, that you're going to have to sell it at such a discount that people will buy it, and hopefully they'll buy it in bulk. So with that premise, I think you need to either have a yard sale or a flea market. You need to have one of those two things in your repertoire. If you're in a neighborhood that lets a lot of yard sales, maybe you have a monthly yard sale and blow a lot of it out. Or you take it to a flea market on the weekend. So I think that's super important. You can do it in a store, but I mean, if I was doing Facebook Marketplace and eBay, I wouldn't go into a store. I'd prefer that you did the flea market or a yard sale. That would save you some money. Once you get into the store, then the costs are way higher. It's much more difficult, much more expensive to operate. So I certainly would stick to if you want to keep your life easy, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, flea market. If you want to make your life difficult, get a store and start retailing stuff. But with difficult comes higher rewards. If you operate it right, you could do really well with it. So yeah, Miles, that's your choice. What track you want to go on? But I would do I did the flea market in Florida for 5 years before I decided to open my store. Yeah, that's your choice. On track market. Thank you so much for your excellent help. What is the best explanation for mixed FC and LPN loads? Thank you. Okay, so FC means fulfillment center, and this is my belief is that that's going to be all brand new products, all better stuff. LPN, somebody put on, I think Damien put on here the other day what LPN stood for. I forget what it stands for. Do you remember, Esteban? I don't want.
I'll find out.
Those are the loads that have like the stickers on them that might be a little bit box damaged and stuff like that. So for Fulfillment Center, it's all nice and clean. LPN. I got an LPN load this week, and they're 6 foot high piece count loads. My problem is they come in 6 foot, but they're probably only 4 foot worth of merch. So there was this much box at the top, what kind of irritates me a little bit. But remember, I can't complain. I'm not allowed to complain because I don't want to be a thorn in my seller's side right now. If it becomes a big problem, then I will bring it up. But they were only 4 foot high with merchandise, and there was a lot of clothes in there. But I don't mind a lot of clothing, So we had a lot of clothes. There was a bunch of food in there. And then a bunch of like not damaged merchandise, just like, a box with a ding in the corner. Like this Ledger Nano was in there. You see how they got the Amazon sticker on the back, the loss. See, it has something to do with loss prevention number. I think LPN is loss prevention number. And so I think that's what LPN stands for. So what they have is they have the regular Amazon sticker underneath, and then they throw a loss prevention number over top, throw it in the high piece count boxes. That's what I believe LPN is. So I like them both. The LPNs normally come with higher value merchandise, but they're messier and they're not as nice and clean as a Fulfillment Center merchandise. If anybody has any advice on that, or anybody knows more than I do about it, please put it down in the comments below. But I believe that's my problem is for 6 years, I bought from a local guy, one gentleman, one company in our area that was picking up from Amazon. And, I was pretty set. I did buy extra truckloads, all along, but I had my supply set. So I didn't have to go elsewhere. Now that supply has dried up. So now I'm having to go elsewhere. I am getting the LPN loads from him, but I'm not getting any more of the HPC recycle loads, which I definitely like. Next question, John. What's happening, John? Hey, Tom, how much the rent per square feet is too much for a bin store? I don't know if there's an answer to that, a true answer to that, John. I would say that, okay, so my 2 bin stores I have right now, one is $3 a square foot, one is $3.50 a square foot. Certainly that's cheap rent. Not a lot of people can get that, and those are gross rents, meaning I don't have to pay utilities or anything else. No, I have to pay utilities, but I don't have to pay CAM, which is common area maintenance. I don't have to pay property insurance, and I don't have to pay, what's the third one? CAM, property insurance, and there's one more item, but I forget. It'll come to my mind. So it's a gross rent. My next store that I'm going to, the one I want to open in Leesburg, is $6 a square feet plus $2 CAM, so $8 a square feet, which still gets me in the realm of where I want to be profitable. I probably wouldn't want to pay more than $8 a square foot. But I mean, if you're in a great area, some areas you can't get stuff that cheap. I know if I live in Tampa, but the stores I'm opening aren't in Tampa. Where I live in Tampa, it's $36 a square foot. So I can't open a bin store where I live. It's too expensive. It just doesn't make sense to rent a 3,000 square foot store and pay $10,000 a month in rent. I'd rather get a 10,000 square foot store and pay $4,000 a month rent on the outside of the city. Right? People will drive to it, where not in such an expensive area. Donnie says, what is the best price strategy for a 2-day flea market? Donnie, I kind of brainstormed that for a long time because I like the ascending value and ascending price in a bin store. So I thought about maybe doing Saturday morning, maybe $5, Saturday afternoon, $3, Sunday morning, $2, and Sunday afternoon, $1. Maybe something like that. 5, 3, 2, 1. But then you'd really have to close down for an hour, cash everybody out, then reopen. But they might line right back up whenever you're reopening. So certainly I was thinking about that. Other than that, maybe just do 5 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday morning, and then Sunday afternoon go to 1, something 5, 3, 1. But the problem is the transition between the $3 time frame and the $1 time frame. People will start hoarding merchandise in a corner, and that could cause a problem. So just be careful for that. John says, license plate number mainly used for warehousing. Really?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I looked that up, and I don't think it's license plate number.
I think it's loss prevention number, LPN.
I'm still looking.
But I don't know. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. We'll take that into consideration. Dodge Brothers, what's happening, my man? The last 6 footers were great, not as full, but great quality. Yeah, I think you got some of the ones with the clothing in it there, guys. Yeah, I like them. I didn't have any problem with them. I understand why some of the other guys that I sell to didn't want them, which is fine. It gave me more. But I do have a whole other truckload coming in next week. We'll see what kind of merchandise they come in as. We do clothing in our big stores, so I don't mind getting, a 6 foot pallet filled with, 500, 600 pieces of clothing in there. I certainly can make good use of them. So thank you for your business there, Dodge Brothers. All right, Mike, for flipping on eBay and locally, the best pallets that you recommend are Amazon mediums and BCP, right? I wonder what BCP is. HPC is high piece count. BCP. So I would say, Miles, mediums. Yeah, you get a lot of good value in the mediums. You can find some higher priced item, and the truckloads aren't ridiculous. You can buy truckloads for, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for mediums. You know what I bought one time was the floor loaded mediums, floor to ceiling, and a tractor trailer. They filled the truck with mediums. I think they charged me $16,500 plus shipping. For it, but I got so much merchandise out of it. It was absolutely incredible. If you can find those floor loaded mediums. Yes.
Okay, so I think he's right. LPN labels, why are they on my FBA inventory? LPN or license plate numbers are commonly used by Amazon in their FBA DCs for items that have been categorized as unfulfillable. The most common way in which an item is categorized is unfulfillable is if the item is returned by a shopper.
There you go. Well, John, we will never question you again, will we? Will we, Esteban?
Never again.
Thank you, John. Thank you for filling us in on that. So, yeah. So, Miles, we had the gentleman from Flippin' Ain't Easy. If you guys haven't liked and subscribed to his channel, Flippin' Ain't Easy, out of Las Vegas, please do so. But he buys from liquidation.com, so he gets the manifested loads, so he knows what's coming in. So that's another strategy. B stock, you can get some good loads on B stock. I mean, if you watch my video, the $50,000 Target truckload I got, that was a great, those 3 pallets, $50,000 worth of merchandise. I think that would be great to flip, although I paid like 33% of retail, so I paid up on that. But there's hardly anything broken on there, I don't think, hardly anything. So that was good merchandise. What else would you recommend for eBay flipping? I would say that Target one was the best, right?
Target, yeah, because everything's priced and you can know what's in there.
The problem with Amazon is that you're getting so much private label merchandise, right?
Yeah.
And that's a lot harder to sell, especially on eBay. Like we got a wire stripper the other day, and so we can't find this brand of wire stripper in our medium, but it looked like a $500 item. We go look on Amazon, and there's like 50 people selling the same exact wire stripper, all different names. So when you go put that on eBay, you're just not going to be able to get the same kind of value out of it versus a Honeywell branded wire stripper, something that's branded that they put millions of dollars in it to know in their name. You're going to get much more money out of it. So buying branded pop products, I think, is better for eBay. And if you're buying from if you're buying from Target, you're not getting counterfeit. When you're buying from Amazon, you don't know what the hell you're going to get, right?
No idea.
You don't know what the hell you're going to get. We prove it. How many times I've been kicked off eBay, right? Suspended on eBay because we're selling some shit counterfeit that I got out of an Amazon truckload.
Aren't you restricted again?
Yeah.
We're restricted again. Look at that. 7 more days. What did we sell this time?
It was some makeup thing.
A makeup thing.
Yeah, it's called Luminous. If anybody has anything that's anybody finds anything called Luminous, do not list it. It's just an airbrush, makeup airbrush. That's all it is.
Just an airbrush, and we got suspended for 7 days for listing that on eBay. We got it in our Amazon pallets. They're telling us it's counterfeit. I don't know if it's freaking counterfeit or not. Most of the time, it's not, right?
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah. But we're suspended again. So be freaking careful on Amazon. That's why if you buy that Target load, right? So it was a $50,000 Target load, all electronics. I paid $15,000 for it. Boom. Nothing is counterfeit. Now, you're not going to make the margins you're going to make. You're not going to double your money on that, but you certainly can make 60, 70, 80% on that investment. And sometimes I think people need to, or even myself, I need to think of things that way, like what, oh, you know what? I want to bring up something that you guys need to freaking listen to. You listening? Okay. So I deal with this company called Nova Commerce, and I like these guys. They were at the trade show in Vegas. Great guy. I think it's a father-son team. Stanley, you met him out there. Father-son team. So they advertised a truckload of tents, like pop-up tents and trampolines. But they were the big trampolines, like 15-footers with the sides, and then the tents were like 13 by 26. So huge tents, right? I looked the tents up, they're like $500. So they're selling this load for $6,000, right? Be careful, guys. Sure enough, all of a sudden I start getting emails from other people like tent and trampoline load, $9,000, tent and trampoline load, $10,000, tent and trampoline load. Look to see who the contract holder is for this stuff, guys. Don't buy from these crappy brokers that are marking stuff up too high, man. There's no reason why somebody should sell a $6,000 truckload for $10,000, right? $6,000 to $10,000. Who makes all the money in that deal?
Just the broker. Just
the freaking broker. Nobody else does. Find an honest broker. Find somebody who makes minimum amount. My favorite amount's $500. They should make $500. Listen, if a broker's making 500 loads, selling 3 or 4 or 5 loads a day, you're a good broker, right? You're making good money and you're not killing anybody. But this son of a bitch was charging $4,000 more than the load was. That's 80% more on the load. That stops me from making money. And if you can't make money, if I can't make money, then this whole game goes away. Right, this whole game goes away. So everybody shout, and that's funny because I'm not telling you guys who this broker is. I'm not saying who the broker is, but we need to communicate more about where not to buy this stuff from, guys. Make sure, listen, in my group, Bin Store and Truckload Co-op, right? Put in there when you find an order, when you find a load, just put in there, hey guys, does anybody know where this is coming from? And we'll tell you. We'll tell you where to go to buy it direct so that you don't have to listen to you don't have to pay the exorbitant broker fees. What's your opinion on that, Esteban?
On what part exactly?
That broker marking up a $6,000 load to $10,000. Could you just say, hey, it's America, it's the way it works, it's just how it is? There's a sucker born every day?
This is the same conversation we have every day. We're on liquidation motivation because the whole point of liquidation motivation is to try to build this community so we can avoid bad brokers, so we can communicate with one another when it comes to bad brokers, either getting screwed or by the prices of the pallets, or just receiving just garbage. So I feel like it's the same conversation every single time, but we need to reach out to everyone on liquidation motivation that comes to visit us, and so they can spread the word, and so this way we can build as a community to find good people to buy from.
Yeah.
Whether it's brokers or whether it's the contract holders themselves. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So, and I make it abundantly clear here that we are advocates for the buyer. We're not advocate for the brokers. Although I think some brokers are necessary, but they just can't charge too much money. All right. They can't charge too much money. They can't take the economic rents they can't take the majority of the economic rents. We have to split it evenly. I have to be able to make money. If I can't make money, then we can't keep the game going. So yeah, 100%. Who do we got next? What do we got next? Dodge Brothers. We do a $5 bin and a $2 and $3 bins. Everything else is this. Okay, so listen. So there's some advice. They separate the bins by price. So they do a $5 bin and a $2 and $3 bin. Everything else is discounted. So then they put the higher price stuff around the outside and sell that off. So that is one way. You're going to have to figure out how to manage that.
I was going to say, if I'm shopping and then I go to the register, how does the
it's going to be, what do you put stickers on everything?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to do. Yeah, you'd have to figure out how to do that, because how do you know if they took something out of a $5 bin or a $2 bin? Yeah, it's going to be.
But in your story, is like, you just dump it.
We just dump it. Yeah. We are trying a new system. We are going to try to on Saturday and Sunday, refill the bins several times during the day. Because what's happening is, somebody pointed out in one of the comments, like we're getting all of our traffic from 10 to 12 on Saturday, and then from 12 to 6, we're kind of slow, and Sunday is really slow. So if we start dumping more merchandise in at noon, 2, 4, Sunday morning, Sunday at 12, Sunday at 2, then I think we'll get more customers. And then after Sunday at 2, we'll stop, and then we'll run the rest of the week the way it is. Trying to put fresh merchandise in the bins. Fresh merchandise in the bin. Alexander, what do we got here? What is a very general average product sales breakdown for a bin store on each declining day? So percentage-wise, I could figure that out. I don't really know right now, but so in our, I'm going to give an example. So on our $5 day, we'll do about $5,000. $4 day, we'll do $1,000. $3 day, we'll do $1,500. $2 day, we'll do $2,500, and $1 day we'll do another $5,000. So if you add that all up, it's something around $15,000 or $16,000 a week. Now that all fluctuates according to the inventory you got, but that's why I'm trying different pricing strategies. I'm going to try to reload my bins. My new store, I think I'm going to do 77531, 77531, or maybe something like that, because I want to have bigger price drop. From the price drop from $5 to $4, you don't get hardly any new customers in. With $3, you get a couple more. $2 does well. $1 does really well. So maybe I should do 77521.
77521.
Yeah, is the 5 to the 2 too big of a jump? Nah, I stick to the 531. 531 makes sense, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, why do we need to bother with a $2 day?
Yeah, 77531. But during my $7 and $7 days, I will reload the bins all day on Saturday, the first $7 day, and half the day on Sunday, $7 day. All right, what do we got? Your videos make my week. Thank you, Alexander. I appreciate the compliment there. I appreciate it. I certainly enjoy making videos. I enjoy doing everything. The relationship I have with these two knuckleheads over here, reacting with the community. Listen, if I haven't got back to you and you reached out to me, if I haven't got back to you guys, it's nothing personal. It's just we are so busy around here. The store is busy. The bin stores are busy. With our marketing, we're focused on marketing. I'm super busy. So the best thing you can do is keep harassing me, right? I don't think it's harassment. I think it's persistence. So if you really want to reach out to me, just keep harassing. And eventually I'm going to see it when I have time, and then I'll respond real quick to you. So I just had a big broker reach out to me the other day. Says, hey, I don't want to sell you any loads. I just want to talk for a little while. So
you should.
Yeah. So I'm like, what's this guy want? So I haven't even reached back out to him yet. But he's probably a contract holder. He's probably so that's kind of cool. All right. Donnie says, this is what I'm thinking, but I'm afraid people will wait for the $1 time. Thank you for all your help. Donnie, don't worry about the dollar time, man. You got to have, I've seen bin stores that call me up because they're not doing well. And I'm like, well, what's your pricing strategy? Well, their pricing strategy was 10, 7, 5, 3. And then I'm like waiting like, one? No, we don't do $1. Why not? You do the frickin' dollar day to blow the shit out. You don't care if they wait till the dollar. You're going to get people that are going to wait till the dollar day, but then you're going to get people that don't. It's a marginal propensity to consume. I'm going to buy the Bitcoin bull on $10 day. I don't care, right? I don't care what, I'm not going to take the chance of it staying there till dollar day and wait to get a better deal. There are some cheap ass people out there. We agree with that. But they're going to be like cell phone store operators, flea market guys, but they're just working on volume, right? They're working on volume. So you don't care, but you need those. I mean, my dollar days do great. And remember, you own the product for less than $1. So you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Go.
Donnie, this is my opinion alone. But if you look at the trends out there in regards to dollar stores out there, we have Dollar General, Family Dollar. They used to be selling at $1. Now they're selling at higher because they can't keep up. Now we have the Dollar Tree. That's the only one that's left. And I believe, my personal belief, is that bin stores is going to be the next dollar store. Because with this kind of formula, a dollar store could work. Because you're starting at 5, going down to the 1. Don't worry about the 1. Be competitive with those around you, and you have to compete with the Dollar Tree as well.
Yeah, they did announce in the news that the Dollar Tree might raise their price, right? What are they going to be? $1.50 tree?
Yeah.
$2 tree?
But then they can't change their name, so they're just gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens there.
They're just gonna put a 0 on the other side.
Yeah. So thanks for the question, Donnie. Next, we got Ricky Miller. I don't think this is the Ricky Miller from this town. Would love to get into the expired food market. Any ideas? I don't have a problem. Yes, I do have ideas. I don't know where you're from, Ricky. You can let me know. But I got a local guy that I know a guy locally that sells the food. He does really well. I don't really deal with the food. I do get it in my pallet sometimes. But I didn't know that there was a truckload just offered, like a whole truckload. I think it might have been double stacked pallets for like $2,000. You can get it for so cheap. And the reality is, if you're going to sell expired food, you're going to get people coming up to you going, "Hey, Tom, did you know this shit's expired?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, don't buy it," right? Because
Oh wait, it still says live. Oh crap, they're looking right at me. There's Tom.
look at that. Hey, it looks like we're having some internet issues here. So I apologize.
Look at that. Hey, it looks like we're having somebody has
Yeah. So, hey guys, I apologize. I certainly apologize. We will, we're going to try to sign back out on a Monday. I appreciate it. We're going to try to answer. We're going to do a bunch of videos today in the store. We're trying to put up 2 new videos a day. We can get that rocking and rolling. We appreciate everybody who watches, who listens.
We're back on.
We're back on.
Yeah,
let's
you're
check the camera and the mic.
Hang on, let's see.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. I didn't know we were on there. Too funny, Stan. I just on there. We're chatting away. Good thing we didn't say anything wrong, right? Good thing we didn't say anything about Ricky. Ricky, yeah, I do have a local guy that does food and he's out of Zephyr Hills. So I certainly can connect you 2 guys together. He's a really good guy. I'll make no money on it. So anything you want to do with him, you can do. But I do see the loads available all the time. Some people hate it. most people don't give a crap. I mean, I call it, I like close dated food is what I call it. That means it's like either just expired or might expire in another month or so. That's close dated. If you stick to that category, I think you're going to be fine. If sometimes you find merchandise that's a year outdated, you don't want any of that kind of stuff because you're just going to get too many damn complaints. And most people don't care. Most people I guarantee. Guys, I'm not sure what's going on with it. Oh, there I'm back. But it's probably like fuzzy on their end, right?
Yeah.
I only got one bar.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, about it. I don't even know what's going on in my internet lately. I have to get a hold of Spectrum. I know yesterday we had some storms come through. Maybe I can rip through some of these questions. Have you bought Amazon recycled mediums? Monster truck. I'm wondering if that's the floor-loaded truck that I was talking about. I bought one that was floor-loaded, John, floor to ceiling. What I did is I separated 400 items that I wanted for my store, and then I palletized the rest. I ended up getting, something like 38 extra pallets out of it, and I sold the pallets off. But I think that you might be talking. I've seen the tall pallets, like 8-foot tall pallets with mediums. I've never bought those. I'm not sure how they come into the supplier. I know that the person that I buy my mediums from, which they don't want me to mention their company because they don't want any new buyers, they get in a pallet, like a 5-foot pallet that's filled with medium boxes, food, and then weird long, like, broomsticks or curtain rods. So they take out the boxes and palletize the boxes and sell that as one truckload. Then they separate the food and sell that separately. And then they take the stack items and put them in another box. So they separate them. So the last time I bought from them, I did a video, the pallets that I just broke down. That's one that I'm talking about. If you go to my liquidation motivation, you'll see that video. And that was a great pallet. So that's the way I bought them untouched the last time. So I've seen the monster truckloads. I haven't bought one yet. If there was one available, and if there's anything available in Florida, I would buy it. I would test it out. If any of you guys want to see me buy something and it's in the state of Florida, I'll buy it just to test it because I always need merchandise and I can't get hurt too bad, right? We got all the stores we can ship stuff to. So yeah, I would like to see a monster truckload. Another thing I haven't bought is the high piece count. They're not remember coffin boxes are like this big. Now they have like smaller boxes with high piece count, 6-foot tall pallets. I haven't bought them either. I'm looking for a place in Florida to buy them, but I hate buying. I really want to buy direct. I don't want to buy from the brokers. What do we got here? What's the next one? Best way to source inventory. New to the channel. Sorry if you've already explained it already. All right. Best way to source inventory. I'd probably start off on bstock.com. Get your bearings on bstock. Maybe find a local pallet flipper in your area. Be able to buy a pallet. I like Amazon. I mean, it depends what route you're going to do. If you're going to do the eBay, if you're going to do eBay and Marketplace, you might want to do Amazon mediums or go buy a Target electronics truckload on bstock, which is going to be a little more expensive. I would just or you can buy a high piece count. So the high piece counts are 6-foot tall pallets with normally 1,000+ items in it. You can pick those up anywhere, between $800 and $1,000. And you can take that to a flea market and blow it out. All depends on how you want to market your stuff, how you want to sell your stuff. Next, we got Chuckles. What's it? Chuckles Beard King. Look at that. We know the product. We don't use stickers. Everyone work has touched everything and knows the product. If we screw up, it all costs the same. LOL. Charlie, the Dodge Brothers. We know the product. Yeah. So they're saying in those bins, Esteban, the bins that they have, that they know what's in the $5 bin, what's in the $3 bin. Yeah, I get that. If that works for you, that works for you. I would get a little confused because I'd go get a beer or something, then my employee wouldn't know what is where. But Alexandru, what's happening? Good afternoon. I think that you can post a list with credible brokers and contract holders. We are working on that right now. What we're trying to do is create a website. Esteban, I don't know if you want to touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the best way to maybe create a way for the contract holders or a broker to reach out to you directly as the buyer. So if we can be that middle person, not necessarily be a broker, but be that middle person where you the one-stop shop to buy a truckload that they have to offer, and we could at least Tom could vet the brokers and these contract holders. That would be the way to go. We're just trying to figure out how we're gonna do that. We're just not sure yet. So we're in the very early stages of just considering it.
Yeah. So think about a website where all the loads from contract holders are advertised, all the loads from the big brokers are advertised, and then you guys can buy direct from there. We can eliminate all the small brokers. That would be the goal here, to eliminate all the friction in between, right? To eliminate the friction. And then the way that we would monetize off the site is we would sell maybe advertising to B-Stocker. We'd have bigger companies advertise on there, but that eliminates the smaller brokers from even dealing in this industry. And why you would still let the bigger brokers in is because the contract holders sometimes negotiate a price with the bigger brokers that end up being cheaper, and they're more accessible. They normally have a bigger staff, and you can normally buy from them. So Charles, we are working on that. Or was it Charles? Or was it Charles? Or Alexandra, we are working on that. All right, what do we got next? John, with official Amazon loads, you're paying similar percentage regardless of the vendor. Yeah, I've seen them, 9%. I'm still dealing with that issue with the contract holder, the load that I bought from a broker who got it from a contract holder, and then they sent the manifest to me at $700,000. Remember, I agreed to a 9% of manifest. It came in way too high. They lowered it to $500,000. I still haven't heard from anybody yet on what's going to happen with this, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm still working with it. I hope it just goes away, because if they come back at $500,000, I want to see the new manifest. I want to know they corrected the manifest, or did they do? Can I do this on camera? Did they just pull it out of their? I just hope they didn't pull this new manifest out of their ass. Did the contract holder say, all right, forget $750, let's put it $500. That's the new number. Tom pay $45,000 for a truckload that wasn't worth shit. Right? That's not going to happen, right? I need to see the new manifest, see that I'm paying the right amount. So Lori says they do $853 days around here, $853. Yeah, I would, Lori, if they don't do $1, I don't know how they run through their inventory, because there's a lot of stuff in there that won't sell for $3. There's a lot of phone cases and just miscellaneous stuff that won't sell for $3. So I think a dollar store has to do a bin store has to do the dollar. It's imperative. I even like the ones that do the $1 then 50 cents, right? That eliminates bag days and stuff like that. Just blow the crap out of it. This is just a volume game. This is not a value game. It's a volume game. Well, the value game is to pull out the items worth more than $100 and sell on eBay. Yep. The volume game is to blow the shit out of the rest, make some money, move on. And if you do that properly, you should make $80,000 to $90,000 a year per store. It's that simple. It's a simple concept. It's a very simple concept. What's our formula? Do a daily live. Reload your bin every week with good merchandise. Do it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blow it out. Do bag sale days every day. Be outgoing. Be personable. Be nice. Have a decently clean store. It doesn't got to be mint. Just got to be clean. Right? You don't want it dirty, but it doesn't have to be painted and polished, right? Just do that, and you're going to make 80 to 90 grand a year. It's that freaking simple. It's that simple. Everybody should be opening these stores, but once everybody opens a store, where would the inventory be? What's happening, David? Hell yeah, need the dollar day. That's right, David. David runs a bin store. David was my old manager running a bin store. He's doing very well. 1,500 square foot bin store is killing it over there. Killing it. Sometimes he sends me his sales. I'm like, what? How are you beating my 10,000 square foot bin store, David? But he does good. He's a hustler, man. If you're a hustler, you're going to do well in this business. Donnie said, yeah, but I'm dealing with the 2-day flea market. Yeah, I get that, Donnie. I get that. I haven't. If anybody has an idea how to run the 2-day flea market, let me know. With the descending prices, I haven't. I was at a flea market for 5 years, and I just priced everything. Let's say I'd price it $5, but then it would be on sale that day. I had one of those stores where everything's always on sale, right? I had a microphone. I said, it's all got to go. Ignore all the prices. It's all got to go. Hundreds of people would flock in. I'd get thousands of people in there, Ricky can tell you. He was there a bunch of times. Ricky says, yeah, I'm the guy. Ricky's a realtor here. He's a very successful realtor here in Lakeland. Yeah. Ricky, you want to get in the food business. That's cool. I could help you out, man. I could point you in the right directions. My man Caesar in Zephyr Hills does a lot of it. But, I mean, I would think since Lakeland is the home of what grocery store?
Oh, Lakeland?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that the one with the arc on it? I don't know.
Only the largest grocery store chain in Florida. Publix. Lakeland is the home of Publix that you should be able. Yeah, go downtown Lakeland. They got the distribution center and everything down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, didn't they say like Lakeland had like one of the highest number of millionaires because of the public stock or something like that?
They only have Tom. They only have Tom Schultz.
They only have Tom Schultz. No. Tom doesn't. Tom just goes north of Lakeland at the mall and back to Tampa. I don't know much about Lakeland, but yeah, Ricky, come see me, buddy. It's always good to see you. David says, too funny, Stan. That must have been when you were on there alone talking. That's kind of funny. Yes, you're good. I can see you fine. Lost, you agree. Now you're back. John, floor load. Okay, floor load. You're still paying a percentage. Monster is the stuff that you're supposed to get recycled, destroyed, but you get pushed out the back door by the recycler. Yeah. Well, that's, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I would love to buy a load of I would try a load of that if it came out of Florida or Georgia or something like that. You know, shipping's ridiculous nowadays. I stay away from any other states for the most part, unless it's a great load. Yeah, I certainly would love to try a monster load. They're supposed to get recycled or destroyed, but get pushed out the back door of the recycler. I mean, that's what I've been buying for 5 years. I just never heard them called monster loads. Mine are coming in at 6 foot tall. They say recycle on the side. I'm assuming that's the same kind of stuff you're talking about. Donnie says, what? I understand the dollar concept makes sense, but working within a 2-day flea market, 9 to 5, then 10 to 4, I was thinking the price drops every 4 hours. Just afraid that everyone will wait and hang around until the least 4 hours, at one. Yeah. Well, I don't think they'll do that, but I certainly think if you're dropping it halfway through the day, that if I'm going to buy a pile of crap, and it's going to go from $2 to $1, I'm just going to put it in a corner of a bin and wait. Then it flips to $1. Then I'm going to come back and buy it, or I might buy the 5 things I think are worth $2, right? I think most people will pay what things are worth, or, what they want to pay. They don't mind. I don't think most people are deviant like that. Are there deviant people like that? Hell yeah, definitely. But I don't think most people are deviant like that. But I think just that transition causes a problem, and you'd have to figure that out. And I'm not saying I have the answer. I definitely don't have the answer. I'm just saying that you have to figure out how to fix that. Charles says, ever tried Target media pallets from B-Stock Movies Vinyl? No, I have not tried the media. I've bought a lot of Target from B-Stock, but never the media. I normally buy like the high piece count that has like the holiday stuff in it, and then I buy the electronics. I've bought in truckloads of clothing from them. I've also bought in the unmanifested pallets, truckloads that they normally sell for, I forget what they sell for, $12,000 or something like that. I bought a ton of those. I just really don't buy much from them anymore, because my Amazon inventory has increased by so much. But I do occasionally go back there. I do watch the auctions. A lot more people are on B-Stock now, so I can't get at the same price that I used to get. I used to be able to buy the high piece count of Target at 10% of retail. You can't do that anymore. It's like 15 or 20% now. So, it's all the real cheapy stuff that Target sells in their dollar store section. So, you have to buy that really cheap in order to make it work.
All that media stuff. I know that Jeff from eBay Addicts, he would enjoy stuff like that because he loves selling media. But I didn't realize that Target had truckloads of them.
Probably not truckloads, probably pallets. They have pallets.
Pallets. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but if you're ungated in Amazon and DVDs, I would be buying the shit out of media.
Yeah. That's
all I would be doing is I wouldn't have a store. I wouldn't have anything else. If I was ungated DVDs, I would just be searching for DVDs, buying pallets and scanning them and throwing them in there.
Do you know if my store was?
I doubt it.
My Amazon store is not.
Oh, I don't know. I've never. But I mean, I had a before I got kicked off Amazon, I had a very old store, ungated and everything but DVDs. The only thing I couldn't sell was DVDs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Lori says, so Is a high piece count with the average 4,000 to 7,000 count for 2,000 a good price? Now, I've never heard one with that many items in it. That seems a little high to me, but you're probably buying a single pallet from a pallet dealer, so I understand why it's that price. But I've never seen 4,000 to 7,000 items. I mean, I'm assuming it's a 6 foot tall or 7 foot tall pallet. You know, we counted one pallet the other day, 6 foot tall pallet, and it had like 2,200 items in it. But on average, they average around 1,000 to 1,500 maybe items in it. So I don't, you know, that seems like too many items for a pallet, and that also seems like a little bit high price for a pallet. I just would have to, but remember, they keep all different kinds of high piece count out there. You know, I had a really nice contract holder come to me and show me the different pallets, and like, so you can buy high piece count, 6 foot high piece count for 16 grand, but you're going to get some of the LPN license plate number tags on them, some food, some clothing. Or then there was like 5 different models in between. And then the highest rated one was electronics pallet truckload, 6 foot tall, all clean electronics, but high piece count, 27,000. So that was the range that they showed me, at least down here in Florida. So
could that be makeup? High piece count like this?
That could be makeup. That's a lot of, I mean, a 6 foot pallet would hold that much makeup. I wouldn't, I mean, I have a tough time with makeup. Some people only like makeup, but I don't like it.
Lindy Glenn knows how to sell makeup.
Does she? Shout out to Lindy Glenn and her new bin store. I wonder how she's doing in her bin store. But, you know, my problem with makeup is like one will open and then get so many other ones dirty and they stay in the bins and, you know, people open. It's just messy. It's just messy. Because we buy CVS truckloads from Inmar. So that's another great place is Inmar. We buy CVS high piece count truckloads from Inmar, and right down the road from us, and we get some makeup in it. Harry, we have a bin store close that don't do dollar days. The owner told me that he loses money. No shit, you're gonna freaking lose money. Lose the damn money, but move on, right? You got to move the product. What does he do with his merchandise then? Just keeps his bins full? I mean, it's stupid. If that's your mentality, Harry, that person shouldn't be in the business, right? The mentality should be, all right, on $5 day, I'm killing it. On $3 day, I'm doing pretty good. On $1 day, I'm breaking even or losing money, but I'm blowing the rest of the shit out. And then I get my whole new truckload again. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. My sales would be horrible without my dollar day. They'd be almost cut in half. I do great on dollar days.
It's necessary. It's so necessary.
Yeah.
Super necessary.
You know, so let's just envision this. I'm paying $16,000 for a truckload of high piece count. I'm sending half that truckload, so $8,000's worth to the store. Out of that $8,000 of the inventory, the store is doing $15,000 in sales, minus rent, utilities, blah blah blah. That leaves us $80,000 to $90,000 a year. That's just how the game works. These guys that are trying to think that they're rocket scientists and trying to manufacture this, just play the game. It's going to work. When this person goes out of business because he doesn't know how to sell the cheap items in his store, you know, you're going to know why. And then you know what you do, Harry? You reopen the goddamn store right in the same spot and show them how to make money.
Harry says he does mystery boxes and does 10,752.
Oh, 10. I mean, I don't as much mind that, but I don't as much mind it. I guess I like the dollar day. I think you have to have the dollar day. All right, what do we got? What do we got here? Mike, hey, Tom, what do you do with missing boxes 1 and 2 from Amazon bulk? You throw the shit away. I mean, you just burnt, right? I mean, I don't know how many times I get that kind of stuff. You know, when I buy my furniture truckloads, I get the 1 of 2. When I buy, you know, this trampoline truckload that I just bought, they did mention there's going to be a lot of miscellaneous boxes but they're not counting it toward the load, right? So they're guaranteeing me like 50 tents and 50 trampolines, but then there'll be extra boxes that they just need to get rid of. I'll just recycle them. I got a scrap guy that comes in, you know, once a day, once every couple of days. I'll just have him take them out of here and get rid of them. I know I could scrap them myself, but I decide not to. David Branson, where is Dave's store? Dave's store is in Zephyr Hills, just down the road in Zephyr Hills. So go see him. Go see David in Zephyr Hills. Donnie says, thank you, Tom, for all your help. No problem, Donnie. I appreciate you watching the channel, viewing the channel. If you haven't been to my YouTube channel, Liquidation Motivation, please go over there, like and subscribe. Only 53% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed. Lori says, that's shipped big pallet.
She's referring to that.
The $2,000 pallet? Yeah.
And she says that it's Amazon general merch, not makeup.
Yeah, you agree with me? I mean, I've never seen a pallet with that many items in it. It would have to be like,
doesn't make sense.
It would have to be like stickers, right? Everything flat and little. It had to be something tiny, 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 which you probably don't want. Lori, put in the comments where you're located, Lori. Maybe we might know somebody in your area that you can pick up from, and then you can actually put your paws on the merchandise and see what exactly you're getting. Harry says he does mystery boxes. Oh, that's okay. Excellent. Excellent. Zabra, what's happening, Zabra? This is for you, Stan. Stan, what do you think about the new DJI camera? And will you beg your boss to get that camera?
Nah. The best camera is the one you have on you, and we have 2 drones from DJI already, and I have 2, 3, 4 cameras. You see all the cameras up here too. It's just like.
Yet he's on eBay 24/7 looking
for
at
one
new
more
gear.
camera. Yeah, I need one more camera for weddings because these guys are like, oh no, just use the 2 cameras, but you don't understand. When you're at a wedding, you can't cut and say, oh, I didn't get the shot. Can we do that again? No, you gotta.
He's got a camera in mind right now, Zabra.
Yeah, but it's cheaper. It's just a 80D. I mean, I want this. It's camera talk, but
go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Okay. It's a Canon R6, but it's too expensive right now, so I'm just gonna go with 80D.
How much is it?
$500 to $800.
That's not expensive.
Oh, you mean the one I want? It is $2,500.
Yeah, that's expensive
for just the body. Yeah, right now I'm using this one. I don't really like it. The batteries suck. They get stuck in the camera all the time. I hate it so much.
Because they swell.
Yeah, because they swell up and they get stuck. So, just trying to get rid of my pain points. So, yeah.
Harry says, I'm trying to open a bin store. There you go, Harry. Well, what does the new DJI camera do? Do you know?
Yeah. I know there's a new DJI. It's a little camera that goes on your chest. It's tiny.
He said drone.
No, wait. No, he said camera. There's a
camera.
Oh,
camera. Oh, so it's just like a GoPro, but DJI?
Yeah, but smaller, and it goes on your chest.
Oh, so people can't see it?
Oh, isn't that what you need for the
other channel?
When we go to the ballet?
Yeah.
Yes. But that one, it's cool, but it's just...
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see what it looks like, all right?
Okay.
Let's take a look at that. We'll look into that, Zabra. We appreciate the content, not the content, the question. So we're going to look into that, see if we like that. Facebook user, hey, I have a question for eBay. What is the best way to set up your store for Black Friday sale? What sale should I use? Markdown sale, promotional sale? Esteban, this is all you, big dog.
Actually, I had a question. I was going to ask you that in regards to having a Black Friday sale for eBay. And I believe it should be 2 weeks, and look at your oldest merchandise and just put maybe a 50% sale. 50% sale, yeah. I mean, our store is currently at 20% sale. And that happens throughout the month, right? 20% sale. So I'm thinking of going in and looking at maybe 500 to 1,000 items of the oldest items and putting a 50% sale. And I think that we could still make money off it and just blow out the old stuff that's been sitting there for a long time. And I think Black Friday week, maybe for the last 2 weeks of November, would be a good way to do it. I've never tested it, but with Tom's okay, I think that's what I would like to do.
Well, we just talked about moving on from old inventory, right? So let's do it.
Yeah, you're always talking about blowing it out right in the bin stores, right?
Right.
Oh, you know what I should do? I'm going to put it for $1 and then I'm just going to blow it out.
Yeah. All right. What does Zabra put? 8,000 people watch this channel. Good for you. No,
it's 2,000, isn't it?
Our subs. We have 4,000 subs.
Sorry.
But no, maybe 4,000 subs on our YouTube channel. We have 6,000 subscribers to our Facebook group. I don't know what Twitter and Instagram and all those are. The numbers.
And when
are,
you say Facebook, you mean the co-op group?
The co-op group, yeah. I would think between all of our channels, there's about 10,000. Yeah, maybe 8,000. Yeah, you're right. We're growing. You know what it takes to build a YouTube channel, guys. Consistency and time. That's it, man. That's it. So if any of you guys think that you got a talent that you want to showcase or something that you want to do, you just got to start. You just got to get started. Because when you look at all the great YouTubers, all the people with 1 million subs, all the people, even not even, we're more of a niche market. So I think that we could get up to 100,000, 200,000 subs. We're not like a gaming channel that can get up in the millions, but it takes like 5 years of constant work to get there. And so if you guys want to do the same thing, you can. But remember, it's every day, constantly doing this, for 5 years, and then we're monetized. It took us about a year to monetize on this channel. In order to monetize, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours. So once we got monetized, we started making about $400 a month in income. So that's what we make right now. So Stanley cost me a lot more than that, but
so look at your favorite YouTubers, and then you sort by date, and look at their oldest film or their oldest video, and see what year it came out. For the most part, you're gonna see 6 years, 7 years. Or more.
Yeah, and they're going to be horrible videos, right? Everybody's first videos are crappy or they're horrible, but they're they get started, and that's all that matters in this business. Now, listen, everybody out there, every one of you out there can have your own channel. Without a doubt, every one of you can have your own channel. It's just a matter of doing it.
And what does Gary Vee say?
Get off your ass and do it, right? And he says, document, don't create. The hard channels are the ones where you got to okay, what are we going to talk about today? What is the new thing we're going to create? It's like creating a TV episode. We don't need to do that because we have our real life store. We have our real life bin stores. So we just document what happens every day. The crazy clothing that Mandy tries on, and all the crazy stuff you get in Amazon pallets. The boobs. We got some boobs the other day. You get butts. You get the kinky parts. Yep. Anybody who buys Amazon know that you're going to get all this crazy stuff in there. So we just have fun with it. We try to make it a little entertaining, and and hopefully someday we can break even on the channel and actually bring value. So Charles says, think bin stores will ever catch up on the Northeast, New York, Connecticut, Mass, high rent and freight prices make me hold up. Well, Charles, you must be in the city area because I'm from the country part of New York, and I'm telling you, somebody is ripe to put a chain of bin stores up there. I think somebody on here is already in Rochester, but I went up there for a funeral a month ago, and man, I'm driving through the little towns, 10,000 people, 15,000 people, and I see storefronts everywhere vacant. And in my mind, I'm like, bin store. And I've talked to my brother. I've talked to a few other people up there, talking about partnering up because I'm in Florida. I don't really want to open a chain up there unless I had somebody who could run it.
I'm not going to run it.
Esteban's not going to run it because he's down here, and and Stan, we're not going to fly Stan up to do all the filming up there. So, but there's certainly opportunity. I'm from Watertown, New York. I think you could put one in Watertown. There's a bunch you can put in Syracuse area. There's already one in Rochester, but Rochester's big enough to have 4 or 5 different bin stores. Buffalo's huge, Albany's huge, Utica's huge. So yeah, I definitely think if you go to upstate New York, you're going to have a lot of success, a lot of cheap real estate, a lot of cheap rent. I think it would definitely work out for you. So Lori says she's from Missouri. Who's near Missouri that we know? Where's Colton at? Isn't Colton in Missouri?
No, not Missouri.
Where's he at?
Shoot.
I thought he was in Missouri.
I'll tell you right now.
We're going to look that up. I think that Colton might be in Missouri, somewhere over there.
What would the bin store look like in the metaverse?
A bin store in the metaverse?
Yeah. Midtown Liquidation, yeah, it is in Missouri.
Yeah, so Midtown Liquidation's in Missouri, Lori. Why don't you check out, that's Colton Carlson.
Independence, Missouri. Check him out. He's a very trusted guy. His partner, Damien, has been on here a few times. So certainly look at that.
I even ask him about that load that you're talking about. I think he'd give you the same advice that he's giving me. He'll hand out free advice. Damien and Colton are the freaking young guns in this business, man. They're just like 24, 25-year-olds. You know, they're just hot to trot. They're doing great, man. They're super successful. I'm very proud of these guys.
I'll put the address in the bottom.
We'll put the address down here in the bottom, Lori, for you. John says, Tom, how does private label stuff do in your store? It's kind of tough. I mean, you know, I mean, it does sell. It does sell. It's just you obviously have to market a lot cheaper in order to get somebody to want it. But you know, if you're getting like private label tools, you know that it's the same crap they're selling down at what's the cheap tool store in town?
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight. You know, it's the same kind of stuff that they got down there. And people understand that. They know when they see the brand Milwaukee what they're getting, but they know when they see, you know, some crazy private label brand what they're getting also. So it does sell. It's just a little slower. David said, start a crowdfund for cameras. I'll fund some in exchange for some video content. There you go, Stanley. There you go. They'll buy you the camera. You just got to give them some video footage. There you go. That's David there. That's David. Didn't you meet David's daughter?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I met David's daughter. I was shooting a video in the Lakeland Green Room, and his daughter is like the star of the show.
Look at that, David. You got a celebrity on your hands there. Zabra says the new DJI is a huge new evolutionary film camera with a gimbal built in.
Oh, that one.
Really?
Yeah, it's super heavy. I don't know who it's for, but it's interesting.
Let's look into that.
Okay.
I think I've seen that before. I think I've seen videos on that where they walk around the street and it just got a little.
Yeah, no, it's big. It's really big, and it has like an arm that comes out. It just looks so.
Let's look at that. We'll look at that, Zabra. Stanley, what's he say? Stanley reminds me of Stanley, always quiet, working on his own little project and generally staying away from the camera spotlight, like in The Office. Oh, Stanley in The Office.
Oh,
That's funny. Yeah, Stanley's a man of few words, but I'm telling you, he's great on the camera. Like when we did a commercial the other day for a client, and Esteban and myself stood in front of this television. Stanley was back there at his desk, and I'm telling you, we would say, "Hey, change this, change that, do this, do that," and he was just rocking through it like as fast as he could. It was incredible. So he's very good at what he does. All right, what's next? John, there's a Chinese cross-border fulfillment center that sells trucks. Their stuff are primarily undeliverable with minimum returns, but everything is private label. There's a Chinese cross-border fulfillment center that sells trucks.
Let's look that up.
Yeah, I mean, let us know, John. Let us know. I'd buy a truck to see what exactly it is.
Write that down so we can look it up.
We're going to look that up. We're going to look into that. If you have any more information on that, John, I'd be sure love to have it.
Send a link.
Yeah, or a link. You know, hopefully it's in the southeast. I'd hate to. You know, I bought a truckload of e-scrap from Minnesota, man. It cost me like $6,000 to ship down here. It just sucks. I still have 24 pallets of the e-scrap. I think I'm going to get out of the e-scrap game. There's just no value in it, guys. I don't. Once again, I think that I'm buying pallets that have been processed. Where I used to buy e-scrap pallets that weren't processed, and I would get a ton of good stuff. But so far, I've been through half of a truckload, a double stack truckload, and I found zero good stuff. I mean, I found some decent stuff, but I'm not finding, you know, in my old pallets, I used to find phones, tablets, laptops, all that stuff. I found zero of those now. So I don't know if they're being processed. I don't know what's going on, but they're not the same as they used to be. And they're being sold very, very expensive. I mean, I got it. I think they're being sold at $24,000 a load. They're not worth it, man. They're not worth it. They're not. So keep that in mind. I'd be happy. We did a video on the e-scrap, right, Esteban? I mean, it's been in a lot of our videos, but
yeah, we used to get like graphics cards in them.
Yeah, lots of that stuff.
Yeah, and then we could have
power banks.
But if we can grab a bunch of graphics cards, do you know how much Bitcoin mining we could be doing right now?
Hey, I got a guy sending me the specs on. I think it's like you know how the NBA has the basketball team that's now online.
You talking about the Top Shots thing?
No. That's an NFT project.
Okay.
So every NBA team now has a NBA 22K or whatever, the video game.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the game.
Yeah, every pro team also has a pro video game team now.
They do?
Yeah, and they had an NBA Finals in the video game. Yeah, every pro team does. So the team in Orlando, the Orlando Magic, just upgraded all their computers for the new season. And I know the guy who has all their old computers. And so he wants to sell me all their NBA 2K, I don't know, it's 2021, I don't even know what it's called. Yeah. All their gaming computers from last year, and they're all updated cards. So it's all 1-year-old technology. But the technology grows so fast, they have to upgrade every year, right? They don't use the same computers.
Bitcoin mining, bro.
That's right. We'll see what kind of video cards they got and see if we can mine Bitcoin with them. All right, where are we at? Zabra. Ever thought about making a bin store on the go like a fast food truck? I do. Listen, I told you I bought that tractor trailer load of tents. They're 13 by 26 tents. Couldn't you imagine setting up like 6 or 8 of those tents, having rolling bins, and doing a bin store in a parking lot somewhere, right? Just like they do the fireworks tents they set up. I think that would be a fantastic idea. If somebody should do it, maybe we should do it. We got the tents.
Can we do it here?
In the mall?
Yeah,
no,
mall parking lot.
We can't do it in the parking lot. But we certainly can find another place in Lakeland to do it, right?
Yeah.
Just build your bins on wheels and roll them in. And I think it would be great. I mean, it gets hot in Florida. We certainly could do it during the wintertime, right? During the wintertime, we certainly could do it. So that's a great idea, Zabra. Maybe we should do it. We have talked about that before on here. We talked about like the Halloween pop-up stores, just doing it with bin stores. If I found a landlord that would play ball with me, I would sign temporary leases with landlords, bring in my bin store. I would leave as soon as, okay, so let's step back a second. Landlords have carrying costs when their building is empty, right? First of all, they have to have minimum utilities on. They have to still pay the insurance. They still have to pay the CAM, the common area maintenance. They still have fees they have to pay. So what I'm saying is I will go in your spot. I will pay all your fees. When you rent the spot out, I will immediately leave within 7 days. And if I could find a landlord or a chain or somebody that would play ball with me, I'd open up these bin stores, these pop-up bin stores in all these locations. Because it's really keeping your rent cheap, right? You want to have your rent cheap.
Scott K was here when we interviewed him in order to test out his bin store. That's what he's going to do. He's going to do the Halloween pop-up stores, meet with those owners, and then just run it there for a couple of months. And then pull out as well.
The problem is those Halloween pop-ups pay more than market rate rent. So what we're looking to do is solve their pain of having that carrying cost. When the Halloween I know, like, let's say a store's rent is $10,000 a month, and the Halloween pop-up store comes in there, they're going to give them $30,000 for 3 months, do the setup, the sale, do the tear down, and be gone. They're not taking, so for 9 months out of the year, they still have their pain of the carrying costs. So I'm trying to do it kind of opposite of that. I think he might find, because I've approached realtors who do the Halloween pop-up stores, and they said those aren't the owners you want to go for, because they are looking for that higher price in and out, like Halloween store, Christmas store, Valentine's store, right? They want all those stores. They don't want somebody who's in there for 8 months just paying the minimum.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that we could do just maybe during the fourth quarter and that's it? Or is not good?
Maybe. I mean, we'd have to find a place. Maybe. Who knows? Anybody who's empty, you think would. David said, Midtown is Mike Sims. Colton is in Nebraska. Damian Polk is nice finds in Aurora, Illinois. Yep, that's right, David. 3 trusted guys right there in the business. Wow. Kaylin Brandt didn't tell me that she met you. That's right. She met the famous Stanley. That's right. Stanley had to film her for a commercial, right?
Yeah.
What did you say? Lakeland Green Spaces?
Green Room.
Lakeland Green Room. So he did some commercials down there for them. Stanley was moonlighting and cheating on me. He went and filmed for somebody else. So
more.
So yeah, you met your daughter, David. Zabra says, why not NFT your videos for some cash? There you go. We can make our videos into NFTs so we can sell them off. How much can we get for our videos, huh? $100?
1 Satoshi.
I went to New York City for the NFT convention, Zabra, and I'm going to Miami at the end of this month for the NFT convention in Miami. So I'm involved with a couple projects that we're trying to promote. So I'm very excited about it. One is called EndangeredMints.io. That's a project that helps endangered animals in the safari, the majority of all the money goes back to help. The other one is called CryptoPets. I'm not directly involved in that, but it's a Cardano-based play-to-earn game that you can play the game and earn in-game currency during the game, which I think could be a big deal. My business partner's involved in that. I just own some of the assets of the game. John says people call them eBay loads, ecom loans, DHL, USP. Oh, I wonder if those are. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the undeliverable loads, John. I've seen those, and actually, Lindy Glenn did an unboxing of one of those loads. It ended up being like a lot of stuff that looked like it came from like Wish. Looked like it came from Wish. If you ever looked at Wish stuff, it's kind of cheaper, Chinese trinkets and trash, if I can say that. So that's what her load looked like. So yeah, I mean, I still would buy one of those, just in case. Who knows what you're going to find? We're in this business so that we can hit the home runs, guys. So that we can, every once in a while we hit a home run, we make a few thousand or more than you expect on a truckload or a pallet. So I certainly would like to buy one of those loads. Donnie says, so you think 15,000 population town is big enough for a bin store? What population size do you look for when opening a store? I think 15,000 is big enough. I mean, I certainly would try the bigger areas first, but I don't see why a 15. They all work, man. You go look. There's some towns of 30, 40,000 people that have 4 bin stores. In the Midwest. They just work. People love saving money, man. People love the ascending price, structure. People just love them. They do. They'll buy it, especially what I'm saying is, like, you're in a town of 15,000 in upstate New York, right? The next town is 40 miles away, right? You got, where else you going to go? You establish shop, you set up, and that might be the town's 15,000. But remember, everybody outside of that town has to travel into the town in order to do their shopping. So I certainly would be in a 15,000 person town. I'm from a town called Watertown, which has 30,000 people. There's no bin store in that town. Harry says, where in Minnesota? Oh, I don't even know, Harry. I have no idea. I just know that I was shipped it out of Minnesota. It cost me a fortune because I bought it through a broker. That's why I don't know where it came from. John says it comes out of New Jersey, Kentucky, and California. Yeah, maybe Kentucky, John. Maybe Kentucky. But I've seen those loads with all the plastic bags and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? Charles Beards King says, or Chuckles Beards King. That's how we do our bins. We do pop-ups outside of the flea market at bins. All bins fit perfect in an enclosed trailer. We put up our tents and roll out the bins. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's a good idea, man. That's a good idea. I think that would be the best way. So you have a truck, right? Your truck is full with your bins, maybe collapsible bins, your merchandise, and you can just pull up, open up, close it down and be gone. That'd be a great idea. I do like, if the tents that I bought yesterday, if they come in heavy duty enough, we might attempt to do something like that. I mean, imagine if you can just rent a corner. Imagine if you can rent a corner somewhere for, I don't know, $1,000 a month. Put up your tents, and then secure. You have to secure them at night because you're gonna have thieves. You got to be careful. But if you can figure all that out, then you're gonna be good. I wonder what the fireworks place does for security at night. I'm sure they don't pack all that stuff away, right? Maybe they do, but that's a lot of stuff. So you don't want to be packing stuff away every night. You want to be able to truck it, put it all back, leave it in underneath the tent until you're done. But I can see a full-time bin store working there, man. I can see one of those working. We might look into that. I appreciate it, Chuckles. Fast Planet says, any idea where the Amazon mediums out of Indiana come from? No. Amazon mediums out of Indiana. I would assume that it's Excess Limited, which is the contract holder. I think they're the largest contract holder for for Amazon, you want to check it, see if you can get in with them. Sometimes you can't get in with them because they're so busy. They got so many different people they're dealing with that you might want to go to a broker, which then we talked about would be Carlton, Mike Sims from Midtown, and Damien. So those are some that we definitely trust. There are others though. Like I mentioned earlier. What did I? Who did I buy the tents from? Nova Commerce I buy from. But I think what Nova Commerce is a returns facility. So they get all the returns there. They probably, let's say they buy it at, let's say 8% of retail, and then they go ahead and resell it for 10 or 12% of retail. I believe that's how their business model is set up, but I buy a lot of good loads out of them. I like them, and they're nice guys too. Real nice guys. We have you had good insurance in case of an accident? I do have I have a $3 million liability policy here. I mean, it's not that super expensive. Once you get above $1 million, it's, I think I'm paying, I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000 a year in insurance, something like that. So yeah, for peace of mind, you want to have insurance. If you got employees, make sure you get workman's comp. I messed up and didn't set up my workman's comp when I opened up this store, and then we had a small accident that we had to, pay all the bills for, which equated to over $10,000. So make sure you have workman's comp set up. So we're all legal now. We're all ready to go. John said Midwest Service came out of New Jersey. Okay, Midwest Service is a contract holder. We'll look into that. John. We appreciate the information. We appreciate you sharing back, giving back to the community, John. We thank you very much. Hey, guys, there we go. An hour and 15 minutes today. Resale America in Lakeland Square Mall. Liquidation motivation. Please go on there and like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. It's the only way Stanley gets paid. Thanks for watching. Now go out there and make some money. And today we bought a $50,000 Target electronics load. Canon EOS Rebel T7. Look at this. GoPro 8. Galaxy S20. Beats Studio 3. Apple AirPods. Look at this. Uh-oh. Samsung Galaxy Buds. Apple Watch. Look at that one. Rose gold. Everybody wants rose gold. 6 terabyte. I think it's a Tab A. Power Beats Pro. I don't even know.